All right, so we have some really interesting info that we're going to break down today. This kind of revolves around a lot of people who kind of spam the fact that, oh, JJK is going to EOS. And by EOS, I mean end of service. I mean shutdown. And it's like, oh my God, JJK is over. They fucked up so badly. Oh my God, it's going to shut down. And I mean, okay. I am not mad with the fact that they're mad. I think that those players definitely have that right and should be, because the way that they brought the exact same product from JP over to Global, expecting it to do the same, when even in JP it was a very flawed system, was insane. But you just can't expect the first JJK mobile game to flop. Genuinely. It's kind of insane that people really thought that. And let's just check the revenue. So one thing is crazy though that we're going to mention, but this is how much JJK made. Oh, wrong display. This is how much JJK made in December. And they made 4 million. All right. So this, I do want to preface, is definitely not 100% accurate. All right. Could it be off? Yes, I almost expect it to be. But this is about how much, I mean, Sensor Tower has. So I'm going to use Sensor Tower for this one, right? And when you compare to how much they had last month, it is genuinely surprising and almost impressive to me, right? I'm going to talk about why. So this month, they made 4 million. Last month, they made 7 million. Now, including last month, we could say the drop-off was, well, from last month to this month, the drop-off was about 3 million. Okay. It was almost a 50% drop off, about like 40%, right? Which seems pretty big, but you have to consider this was the global launch month, right? Global launch month came with better packs, which means no matter what, even if you were saving those cubes, you were buying those packs right away, essentially, is how that works, okay? Like, because there's better packs, that's always when it happens. And same thing happened with JP, because, well, look, JP, we're going to get a bit more to global, but JP made fucking 10 million, bro. They made more this month than almost combined the 2 months on global. Like, obviously it was anniversary. We're gonna get a bit more to JP later, but it was just insane how much JP actually made. Now, moving back over to global, one of the points I do like to make when I talk about this topic is the recharge, the web recharge, right? So the web store actually had a recharge, and when Yuta came out, it had, where was it, bro? We have to scroll quite a bit here. So the Yuta recharge was very fucking high. And I mean, it was very high. Okay. Maybe it was in events. Let me go find that. Yeah, so I found the reminder. It's here. Basically, they extended it to a while. I think it was like, basically it's ending today. They might have deleted the other post. But it was a 15% rebate if you bought online, right? On the web store. So what that means is that no matter what we see, it's never going to be the true revenue. Very similarly to how Solo Leveling Arise, most of their whales actually buy in the web store because of how good the bonuses are. I think it's like 10% back just permanently. Like, it's permanently there. So it's always better to buy the web store over there. Well, very similarly, a lot of the big whales are going to buy over here because, especially when Yuta and Ghetto came out, most of that was from the web store. So no matter what, we don't know the true revenue for how much, right? Because this does not count the web store, only what was made in-app purchases. And they still made 7 million month one, which probably meant they were closer to 8 or 9 million, maybe 10, but I can't be so sure. One thing that could maybe kind of say that, yeah, maybe it was probably really high is the fact that there's 200,000 members in here, right? It's over 200,000 now, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know, it's just not active. But basically, we had all those people who probably did see this, or a lot of people did see this, which means that a lot of extra people were made aware of this web recharge, which meant there was a good chance that they probably made a good million from like Yuta and Ghetto, like getting that. So, I mean, no matter how you kind of spin it, I'd say the drop-off is very good, right? It's very good because we went from 7 to 4. Now, another thing to mention is that some of this money could have probably also been from Ghetto because Ghetto came out the 29th, right? So a lot of his, well, he was out for another 4 weeks on top of that almost. 25 days in December for that revenue, and Yuta also 25 days, which meant that they could have had revenue trickling in on the web store and such. So I definitely think that just seeing 4 million still, like, guys, even if they made 1 million with how easy this game is to make and run, they would have still been fine, right? With the amount of effort they have to put in to keep this game running, making 4 million is still wonderful, and like, I mean, shit. I feel like they could run off of that for like 6 months. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I really do feel like that's the case. So it's good. It is good. It is actually really, really good, especially when you consider global this month. I mean, either a lot of people are on pause, quit, right? And they still made 4 million because this month we got Momo, Itadori, Hollow Purple, and then also we got Kamo, right? Those are like the main units we got, and then a bunch of shitty banners. So it's still crazy that like, yeah, we had the only units we could really count in this month is Momo and Hollow Purple. Maybe Drip Dory, but that's really for big whales, right? But the thing is, if you're a big whale, what are you most likely buying on? The web store, right? So that's kind of what I have to like make sure you guys understand in this, for sure. I hope you guys understand that point, right? So this is all something to kind of just tie in to say that like, yeah, JJK is fine. It's doing very well. I'm surprised still it's doing this well. I thought it would be a pretty huge drop off, especially because listen, people like, especially if you're in the Discord and stuff like that, you were told a lot of the times, yeah, Hollow Purple in maybe 2 months from now is going to be on standard, so it's not really worth it. Or, oh yeah, Mahito's free to play. In my case, like I said that, right? So a lot of people were probably dissuaded from summoning on Hollow Purple, but it still obviously made a lot because there's a lot of people that don't even interact with social medias and still play the game, right? I mean, there's obviously always going to be people like that that exist in these gachas. So on the global side, I think things are looking pretty good. Let me know what you think, because they still had 800,000 downloads, which is going to be insane value by the time hidden inventory comes out end of this month. They're going to be making probably a lot of money, right? So either January and February, well, it might have to be looked at together, Jan and Feb, because of how they're going to split up the HI banners. But I definitely think that we should see pretty good revenue for February at the very least, because January is going to almost only have hidden inventory Gojo, I think. Because I think Ghetto and Toji are going to be like in February, is my opinion. Because they should all release at different times. If we check Half Annie, we see that Gojo came out, and then like, what, 6 days later? Oh no, 10 days later Ghetto came out, right? So, you know, it could be maybe a 5-6 day gap on global. But now I do want to talk about JP, because JP, bro, I mean, listen, in November, they hit top grossing. In December, they hit top grossing. Maybe they're going to hit it in January because Shibuya Arc's coming out in January. So no matter what, like, dead ass, global could literally live off of JP's revenue. Like, if global didn't exist, like, if global got $0, global could still run with JP's revenue, and that's a fact. Because JP was able to run with like $2-3 million per month, and here they're making 10 million, right? They got top grossing last month and this month. I didn't even check JP last month, but bro, it must have been fucking incredible. But them still making 10 million. Obviously, the anniversary banners were up for a good while. And then we had the JJK Zero rerun. And then we had this. And then we're going into Shibuya. I mean, listen, things are looking very good for the game. But we need change. We need good stuff to come out. Like I said, it's definitely not going to be good if hidden inventory well, doesn't have pity. I think that's one of the main things that I personally want, is for it to have pity transfer. Obviously, it has pity, but no pity transfer. I really do think most people should probably skip most of HI. Obviously, some people could go for Gojo. I just don't think it's going to be like the necessity. But when you look at it, like JP, bro, look at this. Like we went November 21st, all this shit, right? Bunch of good events are out. Then we had Yuji. Then we had the tower update, which was very good. These floors are amazing. Then we got Gojo. And then this month, December was maybe the best month of this game's history, right? Because we had a good like little log in there. The enhancement quest got added, new enhancement quest stage. Then the buffs were fucking insane, alongside the fact that Miguel came out with one of the best recollection bits into literally like God of the Game Ghetto, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, why not finish off with Sukuna? So it really is just an insane run for JP, but we need global to do better, right? JP is also not in exactly the best state, especially for low spenders, because bro, you had like 6 banners you could have summoned on, and like the 6 good banners, right? The global didn't even have that yet, right? So it's a bit scary to think about that might also happen on global soon, right? So that's for sure something. But we just gotta hope for the best and just hope that management does take this time to reflect. But it does seem like things are going decently well. I mean, listen, they're being a lot slow, but we know HI is coming in January, so it's like we're going 2 times as quick, which means we're going to be caught up next November, which is kind of crazy that it's still that far away until we're fully caught up. But until then, I'm just going to be enjoying both versions, and if things really just go down the dumps, maybe that's going to be it. But for right now, I think it's going well enough that I could stay. I just need them to start adding more like global new rewards, right? Like global exclusive shit, and then I'd be pretty happy. But I digress. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.